Waiting on the justices to give us an indication whether they accept the application from government to appeal that ruling from the High Court. We also heard from 4 other human rights organizations that applied to be friends of the court, and they also made their submissions with regards to the obligation government had with affecting the warrant of arrest that was issued by the High Court, the North Gauteng High Court. And right now I'm joined by Mthunzi Mhaga, who is the spokesperson for the Justice Department and Constitutional Development. Good afternoon, Mthunzi, and thank you so much for joining us. One of the big issues of this case, and even starting off, was the issue around this matter being moot. We also heard in the judgment by the High Court, when you guys applied for leave to appeal, the judges there, full bench, indicating that, listen, this matter is moot. No need to go any more further with this case.
Of importance, Adrian, is the fact that we have valid court orders that have adverse findings on government, and it is therefore undesirable to have that and still believe that is a moot point. It's not a moot point, and we have convinced the judge, we believe, the justices, we believe with our meticulous presentation of grounds upon which we base our leave to appeal, and we hope that when they return, they will have granted us leave to appeal, and the merits, fortunately, were also argued today. I must also indicate that there are far-reaching implications of this case insofar as our international standing is concerned, our relationship with the International Criminal Court, and our relationship with Sudan as a country, and our relationship and how we relate also with the African Union. Because you remember that President Al-Bashir was in the country in his capacity as a delegate and as a sitting head of state, and it is unprecedented that you have a government being ordered to arrest a sitting foreign head of state. And therefore it was important for us to have these matters ventilated and determined in this court, which is a full bench, and we are confident that when they return, they would have a judgment that overturns the earlier judgment of the North Gauteng High Court. And
let's just quickly look at that declaratory order coming out from the High Court. What implications does it have that we have an order that says government has breached the Constitution, it has failed to uphold the Constitution and international law?
Adverse finding of that nature has far-reaching implications for a government in its standing internationally, in its relationship with having signed the Rome Statute, with its relationship with the International Criminal Court, its relationship with the African Union. That's why it's important for the South African government to take this matter up on appeal, to have these 5 judges ventilate the issues, make a determination and pronouncement on a matter that we believe there's a different opinions in terms of how we interpret the pieces of legislation that govern these issues of this nature.
But is it in actual fact, do you think maybe government shot itself in the foot by signing to the Rome Statute, and considering that South Africa was the first African country to sign up to the Rome Statute?
There's no decision that this government regrets. No decision in the sense that we are in this court purely on a matter that we differ on how we interpret the various pieces of legislation that deal with the matter at hand. So we cannot be sitting here and say we regret. We don't.
And any prospects of success? Are you guys hopeful?
We had Counsel who meticulously argued the grounds upon which we base our leave to appeal, and we're confident that they will return and grant us leave to appeal, and obviously have a ruling on the merits that we argued today.
Okay, perfect. That is the spokesperson for the Justice Department and Constitutional Development, Mthunzi Mhaga, speaking there about the hopes and prospects that they have with regards to this case. But as I mentioned earlier on as well, is the political implications for this case. We know that the AU has taken a stance that all the member states should start discussions around moving out of the Rome Statute or being signatories to the Rome Statute. We know that the ANC as well has started to instruct government to start that process as well, and where that will end up we'll have to wait and see. But we also know that the International Criminal Court's prosecutor has indicated that she thinks that this matter will head all the way to the Constitutional Court. The judgment has been reserved right here at the Supreme Court of Appeal, and we'll have to wait whether the government will be successful this time around, because it has been 3 times already that they've lost its case to the litigation centre, the South African Litigation Centre at the High Court. It's back to you in studio.
Thank you, Aldrin. Well, moving on to some other news.